What's up, my peoples? What's going on? Happy Tuesday and welcome to Tuesday Tea Time. I'm really excited about us getting going today. So let's not waste too much time. But I don't know if you happen to know this gentleman. His name is Kevin Wilson. He's been rocking it on TikTok. He got this massive following. He's going to talk to us about life, ministry, love, being a social influencer. And that's next week. However, this week, we're going to be hanging out with a couple really bright spots here in the world around us. They just graduated this past spring during this coronavirus season. And I know how many of you out in this world, much like myself, who graduated in times past, really saw graduation as this like huge part of our lives. It's a great time to remember things. And we were really worried about this next generation who had to go through this. So I thought, hey, what better idea than to have them come on, talk about life, and let's talk about how they dealt with it, how it looked like for their senior year, what their hopes and anxieties are for the new season. So without further ado, let's get this on the road and meet our two wonderful guests that we have, Amanda and Megan. All right, let's do it. What's up, everybody? Good to see you all on today. I hope you are ready for an awesome time with my friends Amanda and Megan. Hey, Amanda and Megan, how are you two doing?
Hi, Pastor Ricky. I'm good.
You ladies all right?
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry. It's just us three and the World Wide Web. It's just, just chill. We'll be all right. Let's get started like we always do. We always get started with, what are you drinking? So, what are you drinking? I want to start with Megan. Megan, what are you drinking today?
Right. Hold it. So I have water with chia seed and cucumber.
Chia seed and cucumber. Dang, girl, that is like that fancy, like expensive water stuff. Are you a fan of chia seed? Are you a fan of that chia seed stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a little slimy. A little slimy. Amanda, what about you, my girl? What are you drinking today?
I have water too in a nice water bottle.
That's that pre-college budget, you guys. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Drinking some solid water. Seriously. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. As you jump in, I get the opportunity to hang out today with these two wonderful bright spots who graduated just this spring from Glendale Adventist Academy. If you graduated from there, go ahead and raise your hand so we can see. Aha, there it is. And if you graduated from Newberry Park Adventist Academy, let me see your hand. All right. I guess that just leaves Megan because I did not graduate from there. And if you are joining us and you happen to be curious about who these two are, so in the Adventist system, we have a educational system program that we have laid out, and we've got about 4 high school schools in the Southern California Conference that goes anywhere from Long Beach all the way up into Santa Barbara. 4 of them are 9th to 12th grade. And 2 of them are from these schools that we have. One here is in Glendale Adventist Academy. Glendale is actually just down the street from where I'm working. So our studio where we're shooting from is literally a couple blocks away. And then Newberry Park is it Newberry? Is that this town it's in?
Yeah, but it's really close to Thousand Oaks.
Right. So if you know where Thousand Oaks is, and right now Thousand Oaks is probably 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Newberry Park is right over there. Megan, how hot is it over there right now?
Right now I'm not sure, but I know we got to at least 97 last week.
Okay. All right. Well, it's probably warmer here in Glendale than it is out there.
Yeah.
Alyssa says, whoop, congrats, Amanda and Megan. I don't know if you guys know May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alyssa, yeah. She went to Glendale too.
Okay, all right. Glendale's representing, all right.
Yeah.
Let's see if Newberry shows up, Megan. Newberry, come on. Let's see some comments. Okay, let's get started here. So I got a few questions. Where did you guys grow up? I'll start with Amanda. Amanda, where did you grow up?
Pasadena, California, right next to Glendale.
All right, Pasadena. Very good, very good. Were you born there as well?
Or I was born in Glendale, but I've lived in Pasadena.
Nice. Megan, what about you? Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Loma Linda, but I grew
The
up in Moore
Mecca.
Park.
But you grew up in
Mhm.
Newberry Park. Fantastic. Either one of you have siblings?
Yes.
Yes. Megan, you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
What order are you as far as siblings are concerned? Amanda, Megan first.
I'm the middle child.
Middle child. Very good. I am too.
I'm
Amanda, what about you?
the youngest. I have an older brother.
Okay, so there's two of you in the fam. And
Yeah.
Megan, is that so? Does that make you have three Megs?
Yeah. I have my older brother and my younger sister.
Ah, very good. So you both have a boy in your family, and they're both older. Oh, okay. How is it to have an older brother? Do you like that experience?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer it over your younger brother.
Is that right? Okay. Because, see, I'm an older brother, so I want to make sure that older brothers get some love. So, Megan and Amanda, you both, if your brothers are watching along, you are loved. You are loved by your sisters. At least I think. Amanda, I think you're frozen, Amanda. So try calling us back in if we lost your connection, my girl, and we'll keep on rocking here. I see Amanda on here. Amanda, are you on here? Maybe. I think Amanda's frozen. We're gonna ask Amanda to give us a call back in, and we'll keep going. Megan, are you churching?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you church?
Church.
Chair.
Go to Camarillo Church.
Camarillo. Okay. All right. All right. Very good. And is that where you basically grew up? Was out there in Camarillo? Is that your home church for life?
Yeah, it has been.
Very good. Very good. Tell me, what is one of your favorite things about that experience, about that particular church?
About the church that I'm in right now,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be our health ministry,
Is that right?
or how much we do for the health in the community and our own.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Amanda, welcome back.
Sorry.
Had to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Amanda,
My
where are you
Wi-Fi
where are
did,
you
I guess.
churching at, my girl?
I go to Central Filipino Church in Eagle Rock
Central
area.
Filipino Church. Yes, I'm
Yes.
familiar with that one. Tell me, what is one of your favorite memories about your experience there?
Well, I've been going there since I was little, so I have a bunch of family, and every time I get to go to church, or when we were going to church, I'd get to see like my grandparents and like just my whole family. So it was nice seeing them.
So it's a generational church then. Your grandparents go there as well?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
And all their
fantastic.
siblings and stuff.
Okay, okay, that's always nice to have. Very good. Let me see. What is your favorite memory about your senior year? Megan, why don't you go ahead and go first? What's your favorite memory about this past senior year of yours?
I think it was November,
Mm-hmm.
the juniors and seniors at our school went on a mission trip in Spain.
Spain. Wow, what'd you guys
Yeah.
end up doing in Spain? Spain is not like the place I think of when I think of mission trips. So that's cool.
No, we went to, it's called Ampans. It's a school and a homing area for people with disabilities.
Very good. Do you have a favorite like thing that you did while you were there? Did you run with the
Um,
bulls?
I got left behind.
What? That's cold-blooded, man.
Yeah.
They left you in Spain?
Well, not entirely in Spain, but they left me on my own in an area
Got it.
with one or two other girls.
Oh,
Got
no, that's
Got it.
scary.
it. Were you left overnight?
No, but we were wandering the streets for about an hour.
Okay, well, that's not good advertising for mission work there.
No. We had a general idea of where we were going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you have to speak Spanish or was your English okay?
Some of the kids in our class already spoke Spanish, so we were partnered with them for most of it. I
Got
did
it.
have to speak Spanish, but I don't think I actually spoke it.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Amanda, my girl. Tell me, what is one of your favorite memories of being a senior? This was last year, so you both graduated 2020. You were seniors of 2020. You graduated this past spring. Tell us, what is one of your favorite memories from being a senior?
Well, for our senior trip, we went to Hawaii, and it was right before all the COVID stuff happened. So everyone didn't really, we thought we were gonna see each other again, but it was actually like the last time we all saw each other. So like the day before we left, we had like a class dinner and things, and yeah, and it was raining, but it was still really
Oh,
fun.
oh, dude, what do you remember when exactly that was? When you guys went? When you ladies went?
Um, I I don't know the dates off the top of my head, but it was like the first two or like the second-ish week of March, I think.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And Donovan asked a great question. My guy D Childs, he said, "Have you both always gone to Adventist academies, or did either of you go to a non-Adventist school or public school before this?"
I went to a public school up until fifth grade,
Um,
and
Megan, that experience, do you was there a difference in your experiences there? Not to say either one is better than the other. I'm just asking, did you have a different experience?
um, I think I did have a different experience. I would say that going to public school up until fifth grade is kind of similar to what you would have in an Adventist school.
Hmm.
But while I was in the public school, I had mentioned God before, and I was shut down by a few teachers, and I didn't really understand what was going on. So it was really weird for me to go to a school where they talked about it openly.
Ah, right, right, right. That's got to be helpful in your formative spiritual life, being able to speak
Yeah.
about it and express it. That's good. Amanda, you never gave me one of your favorite memorable experiences in Hawaii. Can you share one? Do you have one where you're like, dude, when I think about it, this is what I think about?
Yeah. Um, so one day, so our class office, we were pretty involved in like planning it along with our sponsor, Mr. Gomez.
Right.
And we
Mr.
thought it'd
Gomez.
be,
Shout out to Mr.
yeah,
Gomez.
yeah, Mr. Gomez. We thought it'd be like a good idea to put like three activities in one day. We didn't think it was going to be that hard.
That's a little
But one
serious, my girl.
day, yeah, and we didn't think it was going to be that hard of activities. So one day we biked from our hotel to Diamond Head, which we didn't think was going to be hard, but it was literally like steep uphills the whole time. And then when we got to Diamond Head, we hiked all of Diamond Head.
Yo,
And then when we got back,
that's a decent hike, yo.
yeah, it was all uphill. And then like we had to bike down, and then we tried zippies for the first time. That was good. And and then we and then we went swimming after. So it was like a full triathlon. But yeah, we were sweating the whole time. We were all complaining, but it was super fun.
Where was your hotel at?
We stayed at the I think it was the Hyatt, or maybe I forgot, but it was like right on Waikiki, like the
Yeah.
where everything is.
Yeah. Dan, that's a little bit of a ride to ride from there over to Diamond Head.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that must have been nice to be able to share at least that memory together. Good. Okay, ladies, let's talk about COVID-19, shall we? Let's talk about living in the coronavirus season. You two both graduated during this season when, at the height of it, you were not allowed to gather together. We still are kind of in that place, but this makes it really difficult for graduations. So for many of us, we never experienced that. Graduation's probably one of our most memorable moments where we're like hugging and crying. And, so when this happened, everybody, all the adults, we were brokenhearted over it for you all. We started posting our own graduation pictures up online in honor of you guys, which I don't know why. That wouldn't make you feel any better that we had it and you didn't. But somebody thought it was smart and started posting their graduation stuff. So I want to talk to you about that particular season. How did coronavirus affect your final days as a senior? Amanda, why don't you weigh in first, since you just shared with your last statement there?
Well, I think that our class really made the best of it.
Mm.
And I think that the graduation that we worked with the administration to put on, and stuff. It was honestly like really fun. And we all had like drive-through parties after, drive-bys. And I think we honestly made the best of it. And it's a memory that I think that we'll have for a long time because it was so different.
Look at that. Oh, I like that answer. Oh, man. You guys have really redefined drive-bys for me.
Yeah.
I grew up in a different time and different place. Megan, tell us a little bit about how did the coronavirus affect your final days as a senior? What practical, everyday things, and how did it change all that up for you?
It was a bit different to not see all of my friends for that long. And unlike Amanda, I actually didn't get my senior trip.
Oh,
So it was
yeah.
kind of disappointing
Yeah.
to not have like that last bonding moment with everyone.
Oh, that's a tough one.
But I did actually enjoy the way that our graduation did play out because usually we'd be sitting in the sun on the grass, but I got to do it from my air conditioned car.
Spoiled generation. Did you all have plans about your senior trip, where it was going to happen, where you were going to go?
Yeah, we were going to go to Lake Havasu and do a lot of like water rafting and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right, I guess. Okay, so let's talk about what did you learn about life through this COVID season? Because it really did affect you guys more practically in the sense that teenagers and in high school, our relationships they're important to us. They're milestone, if you will. And so what did you learn about life through this COVID experience for your senior year, if you learned anything? Oh, sorry, Amanda.
I think the biggest thing I learned is I think there's like this quote from Albert Einstein or something like that. Like when you make plans, God laughs at you, kind of.
Yeah.
And I think there's like a big difference between being prepared and planning. And I think we should just take it day by day, not take life too seriously, and just like have fun.
That's true. I've got an annual calendar in my office. You all can't see it, but I've got one over there, and I've got one over there. That one over there is actual calendar for 2 years that I write out, and we put in all of our stuff for the conference.
Oh my goodness.
The one over there is a whiteboard. So one of my walls is a whiteboard, and I just put up dates, all kinds of dates on there, where I'm speaking, what we're doing, this and that. And literally it was like God laughed in my face because like all of it had to go, like all of it. Like I wrote never mind across the actual calendars. Just never mind, forget it. God laughed at us. Megan, what about you? What experience did you learn about life through this COVID season?
I think it just taught me that I can't really use the excuse of being busy because I have more time than I realize. So it was helping me understand like what I actually do with my time when I do have enough of it.
Right. Speaking of which, have you learned something new during these COVID experiences? What have you done with your time, Megan?
I've done a lot of biking and hammocking, and I've been volunteering at my church pantry.
Very cool. In the pantry. Phenomenal. Hey, listen, I hear too many people saying, I don't know what's wrong with our young people. Our young people doing things, church. They're doing things. She's in the pantry. I also heard you say hammocking. Does that mean just lying around the hammock?
Yeah.
Don't try to make lazy sound good, girl.
It's an activity that sounds like a sport.
Oh, that is good. What about you, Amanda? Have you learned anything new during these times?
Not anything particularly new, but I go on a lot of neighborhood walks. I think I'm starting to get to know my neighborhood a little bit more, which is fun.
Right on. Very good. Nancy says hammocking is awesome. Megan, you've got a friend out there. There's a strong niche community, if you will. And Amanda, hey Sherry, good to see you, Sherry Ballard Hanson. I love you. So Amanda, you and I, we both had Sherry as faculty at our schools at one point or another. Now that you're alumni, we can talk this way. She was an alumni because like you and I are the same age, Amanda. You Megan, you all don't understand. We all graduated at the same time. Sherry was the band instructor when I was at Monterey Bay Academy. Shout out to MBA. And she says that they're still online. So Amanda, if you want, you can still be part of the band.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, think on that. And Sherry says you're welcome to be on the team. Megan, do you play any instruments?
I do. I play the clarinet.
Oh, me too.
That's all. And Amanda, what do you play?
Yeah, the clarinet. I
What?
play the
Get out
clarinet.
of here. Me too. This is
You play
crazy.
the clarinet
No,
too?
I don't. But I wanted to sound cool. I failed. Very cool, ladies. That's awesome. Okay, let's talk about let's go back to graduation. So if you had to rate your graduation, how would you rate it? And what was one of your favorite things about graduating when you did? Megan.
Okay. Rating my graduation. I think I would rate it pretty highly, but like based off of the like COVID scale, we weren't doing as much social distancing as we probably should have. Because
Okay.
at the beginning we all saw each other, and then it was just group hugs.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite part would be the fact that we were actually able to sit in the parking lot and watch it like a drive-in movie.
That is pretty cool.
And it was the fact that I got to experience like the whole thing still with it.
That is so good. And you didn't have to I know, there's a lot of pressure in graduation to dress up and sit in front of everyone for like an hour while somebody's giving a boring commencement thing. I get it. I know, because I do these talks. I'm sorry, everybody. We got to sit through our stuff. We get it. And this way you were actually able to experience it as well as be part of it. Very good. What about you, Amanda? What was something that you experienced during your graduation that was unique from what everyone else always does that you really appreciated?
Yeah, I think that it was super fast, but I liked that because we didn't have to like sit through stuff, but we had like an online ceremony, and then after the online ceremony, we all met up at our school, and then we had like 3 different stations, I think, where we were able to get like our yearbook, our Bible, and then the next station we got like our awards, and then we drove up and then got our diplomas with our families and stuff, and then we just left and went to all the drive-bys, and it was super fun.
That sounds really, really cool. Did you both, your graduations for Newberry and for Glendale, was it in the evening, in the morning? Was it in the afternoon at normal traditional times, or was it different?
It was in the morning for me.
Yeah, ours went from like the morning to the afternoon.
Oh, man. So that AC is key. It's crucial then.
Yeah.
Whoa, you didn't have to sit anywhere. Oh, man, that's great. Congratulations, you two. Congratulations. Okay, let's talk about plans for the fall. If you're watching along, I am with Megan Mayer and with Amanda Lydia, Amanda, who graduated from Glendale Adventist Academy and from Newberry Park Adventist Academy, and who are part of the bright spots in our young people here in the Southern California Conference. I'm very proud to say that I get the opportunity of witnessing individuals like them continue to move into young adulthood. By the way, you ladies, the church wants you. We love you. We want you. We need you. So stay part of us and help us become better, okay? Let's just make a pact right now. Reach out to the screen. Reach out your hand to me right now. Let's make a pact. Let's stay together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stay together.
Let's stay together.
All right. Deal. If you try to leave, I'm going to find you. Okay. What are you two doing for the fall? Megan, what are you doing this fall?
I am going to Walla Walla University.
Oh, Walla Walla University up in Washington. Very, very cool. Okay. And what about you, Amanda? What are you doing?
I'm going to University of California, Los Angeles.
Ah, UCLA. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Donovan Childs just said that what I did was creepy. Sorry, everyone.
A little bit.
Was it a little? You did it with me. You can't criticize. You're like, all right, let's do it together. Let's do it. We're weird.
We can't say no.
That's true. This is my show. You have to. Yeah, you have to say yes.
We don't want to make you look weird.
Way to support, girls. Thanks for letting me in the team. Megan, why did you decide Walla Walla?
I think I just liked the atmosphere there the best when I went up. It had sort of the more organized like feel to it, which was definitely more me.
Yeah, very good. They've got a pretty tight community up there as well. They're all there on campus. There's a lot of good stuff around the area, but it's all very student friendly. And what are you going to study when you go up there?
I'm going to be studying occupational therapy.
OT, which means you'll sooner or later just come back down here to us.
Yeah, probably.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, strong. Excellent. Amanda, what about you? You decided to go to this heathenous Babylonian place called UCLA. I mean, I don't even know if anybody knows where that is, right? Like such a
I
small, teeny
know.
little no-namer school. Why did you decide to
Yeah.
go to CLA?
I'm studying business economics, so the opportunities and connections I can make there, I hope it'll give me like a stable career.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you hope to do with that particular degree?
I want to go into business administration or like hospital administration, marketing somewhere. I'm not really sure,
Very
but
cool.
we'll figure it out.
Hey, I need an administrative assistant. So when you graduate with that glorious degree, if you want to work
Yeah,
here, I pay.
I'll call you.
Yeah, call me because I pay my by buying you lunch. That's how I pay people.
Oh man, I don't know.
Cool. So what are your hopes for the fall? What are you looking forward to? And then what's making you a little anxious? I'll start with you, Amanda, because you're going to be in UCLA, and the restrictions are different in California than it is in Washington right now. So, Amanda, for you, what are your hopes and what are your anxieties about the fall over at UCLA?
My hopes are good grades mainly, and I've been pretty optimistic about this whole virus thing, but I don't know, it just seems to not be working out. So I'm switching over to a little bit more of the pessimistic side and not thinking anything of my first year at college. So yeah, I fear like not being able to really make friends because I don't know like anyone going. So I'm pretty alone in it, but and I'm scared about like the transition from like high school to college, the workload and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's a little more competitive there too. So
There's that extra layer, isn't it? Because usually
yeah.
everybody worries about making friends at a new school, but then you've got to deal with the COVID. And here, at least in California, you guys won't be meeting in person, will you, Amanda? Or are you is UCLA meeting in person in the fall? Oh, I think we lost Amanda again, Megan.
Oh.
We'll come back to Amanda. She'll find her way back to us like she always does. Megan, what about for you? What hopes do you have for your first year in school? What anxieties do you have? And you guys are actually meeting in person, correct?
Yes.
When
Yeah.
does that start for you?
It starts on the 7th with the jump start for all of the incoming freshmen and stuff.
Right. Very good. So you have to leave soon then, don't you?
I'm leaving on the 2nd, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm excited for you, my girl. What are your hopes for this fall, and what are some things that you're anxious about?
I think my hopes would be just being able to go to my classes in person, making friends with people in my major. I am kind of anxious because lately we've been getting more restrictions toward us. I just recently lost my roommate because we are doing one person per room now,
Ooh.
and some of my classes are being transitioned to online. So it's a little stressful.
So they are considering maybe going back to full restriction or no?
Not right now.
Okay.
Right now they're doing freshmen and seniors on campus, and then juniors and sophomores that need to be there for specific classes.
Right.
But you have the option of doing online.
Very cool. Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, Amanda. Oh, Amanda, I saw you come back on. There you are.
I
Hey.
know this keeps going in and out.
That's all right. We'll be here for you, girl, at least until 5, and then we're hanging up. There's Amanda's frozen again. So I'm going to wait for Amanda a little bit here. Oh, there you are, Amanda. Are you there? Okay, Amanda, tell
Okay,
us.
let's see if it'll stay.
Because of everything that's happening around you right now, are you guys meeting in person at UCLA, or is it all online at this point, at least until we get started? Amanda decides to cut out on us again. Megan, I think she's really wishy-washy about whether she wants to be here or not. Let's see if she can click back in here. All right. When Amanda shows up, we'll ask her the question. Otherwise, let's move forward a little bit and let's talk about being a teenager. This is exciting for me because we all were teenagers at one point. Some of us are still teenagers. Some of us are looking forward to be teenagers. And some of us are looking forward to leaving the teenage years. Megan, tell me, have you enjoyed, how old are you now? I'm sorry, I should ask that.
I'm 18.
So you've got at least one more year in the teens title. Have you enjoyed the teenage years?
For the most part.
Yeah, it's a learning time, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think any one teenager would disagree that this is a tangible time in life where you're learning a lot about yourself, and we all have these major insecurities because we don't have a handle on it yet. Can you tell us what for you has been the hardest part of being a teenager?
I think I would say the emotions.
Ooh, preach, girl, preach.
I find myself very prone to laughing and crying.
Oh.
And sometimes it's both.
Right. Oh, man. Hold on to that. I've got Amanda. Amanda, welcome back, my girl.
I'm back.
You're back.
Sorry, everything's on, so like the power keeps with the modem.
It's all good.
Out.
It's all good. We're gonna keep letting you back on here until we leave ourselves. Amanda, we're talking about being teenagers. So, Amanda, how old are you?
I'm 17.
So you're also in the thick of it as well. Being a teenager, being a teenager through our high school years, it's like saying, hey, this is the most challenging emotional time in our human life. Let's put them all together in one place called high school and see how that works out for everyone. So tell me, being a teenager for you, what has been one of the hardest things about being a teenager? This is important for the church to hear and as adults because sometimes we forget, what you all go through.
I think the hardest thing for me is I think there's a lot of pressure to decide what you're passionate about because you're also choosing what you want to do for the rest of your life. So it's a lot of pressure to find a passion that you have, or like a career you have a passion for, but it's also practical. And I think especially like if your parents are paying for education, it's scary times.
It is, isn't it? Like that transition.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just moving from learning how, like one day you like Hello Kitty and next thing you have to have a job. What?
I know.
It's this huge transition. And then our chemistry changes, our body changes, our emotions changes. One day you hate boys, the next day you kind of like them. I don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's up. So how can the church be more supportive to teenagers and to our young adults as you're in your growth and development as a person? What do you think what would you like to, from the conference, from us here, from your local church, from like the worldwide church, what would you like more of from us? Let's go with, I'm going to go with Amanda before she cuts out again, Megan.
I think that the biggest thing my church is kind of older. So I think one thing they can look at is age age has to do with like your thoughts and things, but our ideas and what we think can be just as meaningful as what they have to offer too. And
that's so good.
I think that it's hard to I'm like, what I'm trying to articulate it well.
That's all right, girl.
I just think, they shouldn't despise us because of our youth, but they should help us. And I think everyone's just trying to figure it out too.
Yeah.
So we should just all be supporting each other in whatever we're going through.
Yeah, and help each other and start pushing each other to do better, right? Giving each other roles. I get it. In some cultural churches, the thing is like you don't get to have a prominent position or help the church until you've had like a grandchild. So, you're youth until you have a grandchild. And then at that point, you get to be a full grown constituent adult. And so because I had to go through that, sometimes I've got to push that on you as well. But you guys are so much more like resilient. And by you guys, I mean us guys, because I'm a teenager too. But yeah, there's so much resilience there. I think about graduation as a great example of that, where some of us were brokenhearted for you. You all were like, yo, let's go. Let's do this. We can make this happen. We enjoyed this about it. We're here in the corner crying for you. And you're like, nah, this is great. So fantastic. Amanda, I wanted to ask you all as well while you're on. You guys at UCLA are online based at this point, right? Or are you starting to meet in person?
Yeah, it's fully online except for like a few labs and studio arts and things like that.
Okay, cool. Very good. Megan, the question comes back to you now. What can the church do to help develop and grow you as a person more? What could we all be doing?
I think just getting to a point where you kind of understand where we're coming from. I hear a lot from members of my church, because my church is also very conservative. And from other people, everyone always saying, like, the youth, you're the church of the future. Like, you're the future of our church. But I'm in the church now. Like, I'm here right now. And if I'm not involved right now, then I might not actually be in it in the future.
Ooh.
So I think it is important to include me.
Ooh. I hope somebody's watching today. Hey, if you're watching along, I'm with Megan Mayer and Amanda Ladia, and they are saying some powerful things. Indeed. Correct, Megan. The church is you today, right now. And yeah, if we're not using you now, we may not have you tomorrow to be used. So good. Very good. Okay. Back to being a teenager. What are some of the biggest insecurities do you think girls have to deal with through this age, girls? Come on. Share with us naive boys who know nothing about it. Let's start with Amanda.
I think that all girls, I think even as like we grow up, we're always going to be insecure about like our body image and how we look, especially in the eye of social media. There's so many things we're comparing ourselves to, diet fads we're hearing about that we need to try because we see like amazing results. But every body's different, so
Yeah.
know.
It's true. And the truth is the best diet out there, the one that gives the most results for online at least, is called Photoshop. I don't know if you guys have heard that diet before. And too many of us don't realize that, and so we're trying to chase that. But so true. Very good, Amanda. What about you, Megan? What do you think are some of the big insecurities girls have to deal with today, especially in high school?
I would definitely say along the lines of self-image that it would be the way that other people see us. I find that I care a lot about how people think about me and what they think I'm doing or who I am.
Right. That's possibly the same for boys as well. We all have that, but maybe more prevalent for girls, or more at least focused on girls. What advice would you give girls who are having to struggle through this in high school? What would help them traverse through this journey that you all just finished? Let's start with Megan.
I would say that however much you are thinking about a scenario or how much you believe it to be a certain thing, you're always overthinking it by times 10. Because it's never as, like, if you think about it in the end of the day, like every character in a movie goes through a point of darkness where they can't see like the happy ending that's coming at the end. So there's always going to be like a moment where you think you're not going to make it, but you're actually almost there.
Ooh, young lady, if you're watching along, I hope you just heard what Megan said. That is so powerful and so true. So true. You're going to make it. Don't hold on to this temporary moment. There are many more moments in your life. Very good. Amanda, what about you? Speak some wisdom to some of these girls right now living the high school life. They're going to start in the fall.
Yeah, I had something along those lines. Life is not that serious. Nothing is that deep. You think about things and like the drama that may be going on at the current situation. I literally cannot remember anything that was a tiny thing at school. Like it's not even in my brain anymore. So I think that the thing in the moment seems like such a big thing, but you just need to take a step back and look at the big picture.
Oh, it's so good. It's so true. And this is true for us ladies, for you ladies as well as us boys. Lawrence S. Dorsey II says, Amanda! That's how I read it in my head when I see that many exclamation points.
Yeah.
Amanda!
Especially from Pastor Dorsey.
Yeah, so true though. Like I think about it because if you're part of the Adventist system and you go to one of our schools, usually we compete against each other. If you're not from the Adventist system, you may not know this, but we've got quite a few high schools around the world, and we play sports with each other all the time. And like when we meet up, like we like, yo man, I'm gonna kill you, man. Like you're dead to me. And then we go to college together and we're like best friends. I love you. You know, like so in the moment it seems so serious. Like we seem like you know, these relationships, I'm gonna love her forever, I can't believe it, and then like you move on. So don't be so hard on yourself in high school. If you're watching and you're in high school, don't be so hard on yourself. Forgive yourself. Love yourself a little bit. Give yourself room to grow and make mistakes, and don't worry, it'll be all right. God's got you, right, ladies? All right.
Exactly.
Solly, Lydia says, just so proud, just so proud. I'm guessing that's your mom. Is that your
my
mom?
mommy. Yeah, that is my
Oh,
mom.
baby, I
My
love
mom.
her. She's obviously not taking very many things very seriously either, so that's all right. That's good. That's good. Okay, girls, you know what? I want to talk about boys and dating. Yes. Those of you watching, I know you've been waiting for this moment, but we're going to take a quick break and do something else before we talk about boys and dating. We're going to play a little game called Love One, Leave One, all right? If you've been watching along with me, you may know how this works. Love One, Leave One is a game we play where I give you two options and you choose which option gets to stay consistently in your life and enjoy very much, and which option disappears from existence forever, to never exist again for anyone in humanity. So there's a lot of pressure. Whatever you choose, everyone else in human history can no longer use ever again. All right, we're going to put 1.5 minutes on the clock, and then we're going to get rocked, and I'm going to ask you, and you can just say love ... and we'll know that means the other thing disappears from Earth. Amanda, are you ready?
Yes.
Megan, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let me put you all in the scene here together, and we will get rocking. Now, if you're watching along with us, please, I want to invite you to join us as we play this little game called Love One, Leave One, and just type in your responses as we go, all right? We're going to get started here, and when I push go, that means we're going to start having the questions. I want you to start typing in the comments what your answer would be. Okay, ladies, if you are ready, let me hear I'm ready.
Oh, I'm typing
ready.
in the comments.
Okay, you don't have to type in your comments, but everyone else watching can type in the comments. You just say it out loud. Right? Everyone can hear you. The world can hear you. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. All right, in 3, 2. Let's do this from the start. Sorry. Stay with me, people. Sometimes I make mistakes. My wife reminds me every week. She's like, you should already know how to do this. Why do you? Come on, Icky. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm fired. It's not going to do it for me. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
You go here and then here. Thai food or Japanese food?
Thai, Japanese food.
Ooh. Sports shoes or slippers?
Sports. Slippers.
The beach or the mountains?
The
Mountains.
You two are so opposite. Deborah in the Bible or Esther in the Bible?
Esther.
Esther.
Oh, very good. I got you guys. TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Makeup or all natural?
All natural.
Oh, yeah. Boys, did you hear that? All natural. All right. Here we go. UCLA or USC?
UCLA. What's up?
Let's go. Floral print or plaid print?
Plaid.
All right. Dress up or casual activity wear?
Casual.
All right. Movie night or outdoor hiking?
Outdoor hiking.
Outdoor hiking.
Aha! Dinner or brunch?
Brunch.
Dinner.
Aha! Thai tea boba or taro boba?
Thai
Taro.
food.
Peanut butter chocolate ice cream or mint ice cream?
Mint.
Jason Momoa or Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Disneyland or Hawaii?
Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Oh, good work, everyone. Good work. Good work. Good work. Thank you, everybody, for playing along. You guys were awesome. You ladies did pretty good. Not too bad. Not too bad. I was pretty impressed by you all. Very good. Okay, so let's do this. Let's continue on. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah. I can hear you, but you're not moving.
Oh, that's okay. That's my frozen. That's my. Let's do this. How about this? Oh, how about not that? How about I don't know if you all saw, but my wife is watching along, and she just commented, "Come on, Icky." She's just fired me. All right, here we go. I'm gonna make it work. Look at me. There we go. See, you too can grow up and be a good part of society if you try hard enough. Okay, let's get to these questions. Boys and dating. Are you ladies ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about it. By a show of hands, are either of you dating right now?
No.
Oh, one is, one isn't. Okay. Very good. Very good. Megan, what's the name of your man?
Gary.
Gary. What's up, Gary? I hope you're watching along. Your girl Megan's doing some good things. Okay, I thought I just put Gary out there. And Amanda, you're not dating anybody right now?
No, I'm not.
All right, guys. Amanda Ladia, UCLA freshman. She likes wearing slippers, long walks on the beach. No, I don't. Let's talk about boys and dating. And I think this is an important topic because when you go into high school, there's a lot of expectations from people. And, we're always trying to stay up with everybody. So if everyone in your crew is starting to date, you have this pressure like, oh, man, I've got to date too because they've got to date. And we just think it's the end of the world if everyone starts dating and we don't start dating. Right? Or, we're always trying to stay up with stuff. So I want to ask some questions, and I want to help some of our high schoolers as they're going into this. What should boys know about girls? I want to start with you, Megan. What should boys know about girls that you should just know this, boys?
I think for me, it would be just how they respect people. Like how they treat other people would be a really big point for me. Because if they don't respect authority or the people around them or even myself, I just can't see myself having a good relationship with them.
Very good. Very good. Boys, that's a good one. Okay. What about you, Amanda? What should boys know about girls?
That all girls are different, and each relationship you get into, it's going to be a different experience. So, I don't know, just don't try and just learn from past experiences and learn to be better.
Very good. Let's start with this. Boys, don't say another girl's name to the girl that you like. That's kind of, they're not the same. They're
they're not the same.
They're not the same. Don't do that. That's bad. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, let's say a couple other things here. What are some misconceptions that guys have because of the world around us, or because we watch too much TV, too much internet, too much music, too many influencers? What are some misconceptions that guys have about girls? Megan.
I think it would be sometimes that they don't have to try very hard, or they don't have to actually take them out on fun, creative dates or something. I feel like it's important to put effort in and to show the person that you actually do appreciate them, even if it's just a card or some words or something, but putting forth effort.
Ooh, I like that. Very good. Put in some effort, man. Come on. Get your game up. Stop playing around. Taking her to your basketball game is not a creative date. Nobody wants to watch you play basketball. That's what my wife tells me, at least. Okay, Amanda, what are some misconceptions that boys have about girls?
That not all girls are crazy and check snap maps and snap scores and who you're following on Instagram. It's not that deep to some of us, right. And not all girls are crazy.
We're not gonna have you on Life 360.
Yeah.
Your speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little narcissistic, boys. You ain't that great, all right?
Yeah.
Not all girls are crazy for you.
Yeah.
But there are some crazy ones out there. You gotta watch out for those.
Yeah.
All right, very good, very good. Um, Give these young boys in high school some advice about themselves, and that would help them. That would help them through these crazy years. What could boys know about themselves and the way that they treat themselves and others that would help them, would advise them actually to be more attractive to girls? And I'll give you, for instance, boys, in high school, we're like, oh man, I've got to impress the girls. I've got to peacock. So I've got to like, put out my big tail. But I'm only like 15 and I haven't done anything cool. So I'm going to start lying about things, right? Like, so we build this fake resume, or we try to acquire things that'll help us look cooler. And maybe we should stop doing that. But can you give these boys some advice out there through their high school years that would make them better people and more attractive?
Yes.
Yeah, go, Amanda.
I think the biggest thing is hygiene is important, and
Ooh.
Axe does not count as a shower.
Yes.
Hey, you're talking to all of us grown men too, all right? Get off our backs.
Yeah. It's not that hard to hop in the shower for 5 minutes and wash your hair. And
I love that.
I think another thing is like having a passion is cool. It could be like skateboarding or video games or like playing basketball. Just having something that you're passionate about is really cool.
Very cool. Having something that you're passionate about, that's your thing. Good. And take showers. Hashtag take shower. Okay. Megan, what about you? What's advice you can give these boys out there to help them out?
Being able to communicate well is very attractive. Knowing that a person is able to communicate, like if they're not feeling comfortable with something or if they need help with something, like if you're comfortable talking to us, it's really nice.
Now, have you had an experience? I'm not talking about your boyfriend, but in the past where where boys tried to communicate and it's just not been good?
No, I guess I feel like I can read them pretty well when they're trying to say something. But from all of the books and movies I watched, all of the issues behind relationships or all of the issues behind that stuff has been they don't communicate.
Oh, yeah. Amanda, have you ever talked to a boy who's just been really awkward about the convo?
I think that's like my number one thing is if you can't hold a conversation, then what's the point of even, because all relationships start off a friendship.
Yeah.
So if you can't be a friend and I can't go to you for like a casual conversation, I'm not going to keep talking to you.
I think there's some deep truth in there from both of you ladies. And boys, I'm going to talk to you for a second. Communicating is important. Like being able to share, your thoughts and being able to have like casual conversation. You don't have to be like Rico Suave, like, hello, hola, mi amor.
Yes.
Right? Like that's a little bit weird and awkward, but like, having to hold a good convo with somebody, sharing your passions, being interested in other people. I think those are all important things. Like, it helps develop you as a person generally. Very good, you two. Okay. What's something that you are attracted to? Like, if you see this in a person, you're like, oh, man, like, yeah, that's... And I'm not talking, it could be biceps if you want it to be, but, like, anything, like, like the way someone sings, the way they talk. What's the first thing that you notice about someone that attracts you? Let's go with Megan first.
I would say their attitude or their sense of humor.
Okay.
Is the first thing that would attract me to them.
Very good. Is Gary funny?
He can be. I think I'm
Not
the
to call
funny
Gary
one.
out.
I think I'm the funny one.
Is that
But he will laugh at all of my jokes, which is enough.
Listen, having a partner that can laugh at your jokes is a great thing, man. It's a great thing. I love my wife. My wife used to laugh at my jokes until we got married. Okay, Amanda, what about you? What's one of the things that, like, boom, you're like, oh, man, this is so attractive about that person?
Yeah, definitely sense of humor and drive and a good smile.
Like they can drive or drive?
Oh, like passion. Driving a driver's license is good too.
I forget what it's like with teenagers. Right. Like he can actually drive a car, yeah, and has drive, yeah. That's good. That's,
Yeah.
you two rock, man. This is so good, so good. Okay, if you're watching along, my friends, and you've got some questions for Megan or Amanda, by the way, that's their handle, their Instagram handle, right underneath their names. If you want to follow them and see where they're going, their trajectory into life, into college and university, feel free to follow them on Instagram. Of course, if you have any more comments or questions, pop them in here, and I'll ask them. I'll share, and we'll talk here for our last few minutes together. Let's talk about church, shall we, ladies? As we're closing down on our time here, what would you like the church to know about senior youth and young adults? If it's one thing that you'd like the church to be more aware of, to be more woke to, what would that be? Megan, you first.
I would say that we are willing to participate, but we kind of need to be asked. Like, we're not going to go out of our way to say something, but we would feel more relevant in the church if we're involved.
Fantastic.
Because sometimes it just feels like it's your parents' religion or something.
Very good. Amanda, what about you?
I think that one thing they should learn is that our generation has such easy access to educating yourselves and being woke and knowing what's going on in the world. And I think it's important that they should acknowledge that we are too educated or like that we have the same knowledge and resources that they have, and our opinions are as much valid as theirs are.
Taking our young people seriously, and knowing that you are just as woke, if not more, than we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so true. That is so true. You two said some things that I was like, what in the world is that? When you were like, not all girls are crazy. We're not all on. And then you named some apps, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. Like, I'm realizing how far off I am off base. Yeah, absolutely. Very good. Donovan wants to ask you to, both of you, did your experience in church, was it mainly positive? And if so, what made it that way? Megan?
I would say it's been mainly positive for me. I don't think I would be in the place I am spiritually without the leaders that I've had in my church. They've really put me into positions where I could be useful and relevant, and convinced me to do a lot more leadership.
Very cool. Amanda, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's been mostly positive, mainly because of the relationships I've made within my church and like the long-lasting friends I've made and the community that's around us.
Very cool. Very cool. Is your youth pastor Delgado? Do you have a youth pastor there? Amanda?
Yes,
Oh.
Delgado.
Delgado, yeah. That's my guy. That's my guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah, he is. That's my wife's home church, by the way, before she married me, and I stole her from that church. Okay, what are your hopes? What hopes do you see for the future of our church? I'll start with you, Amanda. What hopes do you see for our church?
I think that, or speaking from like a little bit more of a conservative church, I want to see like a little bit, like I love hymns. Hymns are very fun, but like a little bit more fun music that has a great message, but just like a little bit more upbeat and something that we could enjoy even when we're not at church.
Very cool. Very cool. And Megan, what about you? What hopes do you see for the future of our church?
I think for the future of our church, I hope to see, I guess, people feeling like church is, I get relevance to it and to yourself. Like feeling like it's a place that you can go and feel comfortable as well. Like it's a second home for you. And I guess just open-minded people, willing to like do something that might not be entirely traditional, but is efficient in ways of doing things, because sometimes we can get really stuck in what we're used to.
And just as sacred or just as real as what we've been doing, right? Yeah, for people to see that, to see like, okay, that's different from what we've been doing, but we can respect it still because we know God is doing some beautiful, powerful things through it. Well, you two are the church. You two are us. So these hopes and these changes happen with you, and we're gonna get there together. Yeah.
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 Definitely.
Okay. Last couple things. We're running out on time here, and I'd love to have you both come back on. Would you two come back on with me in a little while down the road?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, we'll talk more
Okay.
trash and we'll talk about boys and dating and life and God and faith. But as we close out, actually, Donovan had another question, but we won't ask it because of time. As we close out here, can you share some words of inspiration to the Amandas and the Megans of the world who are just starting high school, and just share some things that you think would be important, like what could you leave everyone today if you could leave one thing with them? Share something inspirational. Megan, I'll start with you, and then Amanda will close out with you.
I think something I would say is actually something that my volleyball coach told me. I think it was my freshman year, because I've always been very almost perfectionist, like going toward like always being the best that I can be. And she said that if it's not going to matter in 100 years, then don't even bother thinking about it again,
Ooh,
because like it's not going to be relevant to anyone else but yourself. So it's not that big of a deal.
that's good. That's good. Amanda, what about you? What is something you can share by us?
I think like a big thing is don't take yourself too seriously, and just don't take life too seriously. Have fun, but at the same time love others and like try to evolve and be better every day.
Awesome. I think that's something that we as a church could aspire to do, is to love people much better and not take ourselves so seriously. The church belongs to God anyways, so he'll take care of us. Ladies, thank you for this wonderful, wonderful privilege of hanging out with you for this last hour. I've really just appreciated our time. And my friends, thank you so much for joining all of us. As you're watching this, or maybe you're rewatching this, I want to invite you, go onto our YouTube channel, please. Press like if you love this, and subscribe to us as we keep pushing out some great content into the world. We want you to be aware and stay up with us the whole way through. YouTube.com/OneHouseSoCal. Go ahead and subscribe to us, as well as on our Facebook. Like us so you know when our next one's up. Tuesday next week, we're going to be hanging out with Kevin Wilson, the TikTok phenomenon. He's going to share with us his secrets, his tips, his tea making, his ministry, his life, and we're going to have a blast doing it next Tuesday Tea Time. Until then, Megan and Amanda, what a great privilege it's been being with you both. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Is there anything you'd like to say on our way out?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
That's fun.
it was a good experience.
It was all right. You're like, it was all right. I may have messed you and Gary up. My bad, Megan. My
No, it's fine.
Would you two be willing to come on with me again?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I would.
All right, cool. Until then, my friends, this was Megan, Amanda, and your guy, Ikitami, for Tuesday Tea Time. God bless you. We'll see you next week.